Hi everyone, welcome you all. In this video, I'm going to show you how to send delete requests using RestAssured automation. So for that, I'm going to use this particular URL, and when you want to send a delete request, we need to use this is a path parameter, delete, and we need to pass an employee ID. In the last video, I have shown you how we can use this API, and the same API request I'm going to use in this particular video. But instead of update, we are now doing is a deletion operation. Okay, so whichever the employee IDs already existed in the database, I'm just going to delete that particular record. So using delete request. So let's go to Eclipse now. I'm going to automate this particular scenario. And this is our project which I have already created earlier. Now in this particular package, we already done get request, post and put request. And now this time I'm going to show you delete request. Take another class. And here this is a demo 4. And this is your delete request, delete underscore request, and just take don't take any main method, just click on the finish. So here, if you want to delete a request, what are all things we require? So we need only this URL, and delete is a path parameter. We need to pass an employee ID. So this employee ID should be existed in the database. So now let us start writing the code. So directly I'm writing a method here, public void. So delete employee record. So I have an employee record. So this is my test method, and import this test from test.ng. So here the first thing is we need to specify the base URI and base path. So I'll say here RestAssured dot base URI. So base URI is our base URI is this one. This is our base URI, and specify here as part of a string. So put it in the double quotations. Okay, this is my base URI. And after that, we need to also specify the base path. So by using RestAssured class, RestAssured dot base path. Now what is the base path here is, this is our base path, slash delete, and also followed by employee ID. So here exactly we need to specify the employee ID. So delete, and here I'll append some employee ID dynamically. So I will just take the existing employee ID. So when I run this particular API, when I click on the send, it will give you all the employee IDs in the Postman. So let me just take one of the employee ID 11493. I'm passing it here. Okay. So this is our delete request, and just appending here. Now slash delete slash, this is the employee ID I'm passing. So this employee ID is going to be delete from the database. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write our code. So the first code will be starting with the given. So when I start using these keywords, we need to import the static package, RestAssured static package. So what is that one? So that is these things, IO RestAssured, IO.RestAssured.RestAssured.star. So this is going to import different type of classes. So now we can start using given keyword. So in the given keyword, we don't need to do anything. This is empty. Now after that, we need to have when section. So in this when section, what are the things we need to give here is, we need to give the request type. So what is the request we are going to give? A delete request. I'll say directly delete. After deletion of this request, and then what we are expecting, we have to specify under then section. So here I'm expecting the status code should be 200 if it is successfully deleted. And also I will verify the status line. I'll say status line should be, and here my status line should be HTTP /1.1 200. Okay, so this is my status line. So these are the two verifications. I am doing it now. So what I have done, I specified base URI and base path. Now under given section, there is nothing. So if you don't have anything, you don't need to specify the given also. We can start with the when also, but we need to remove the dot symbol for the first keyword. But when I say first keyword, so always you need to remember, whenever you use the first keyword, that particular BDD keyword, we should not put any dot symbol. So followed by rest of the keyword should followed by the dot symbol. So should every keyword with proceed first we need to start with the dot symbol. For the first keyword, we don't need to specify any dot keyword. Okay. So given, we don't have any prerequisite here. I'm just empty. And if there is nothing here, you can still remove this given keyword. Okay, if you don't have anything in the given keyword, given section prerequisites, we can just remove this keyword, and you can start with the when keyword, and also you can remove this dot. So this is also right. And the other way of writing this one is, suppose when I say given keyword here, right? So given keyword, I don't have any prerequisites. You can just remove this one. When we can directly remove. You can also put the delete action inside the given. So this is also right notation. But people will confuse you if you write in different ways. So always follow the standard way. Okay. So when I say when, given section, we don't have anything. So when section, we specify all the requests. So second statement or second keyword onwards, we need to start with the dot keyword. So given section, prerequisites, we don't have anything. Under when section, we have to post the delete operation. And in the then section, we need to verify the status code and the status line. Now let us execute and see how it will be happen. And also I will log the messages dot log dot all. This is very, very helpful because it will give you we need to put the semicolon at the end of the statements. Okay, so this will give you detailed information about this API response. So it is better to put this at the end of this response, and very useful statement. Now let us execute this record, and here I need to pass the employee ID, which is already there in my database. Now I'm going to execute this. So run as test-ng test. So now I have executed, so it should go and delete the record in a database. Now it is successfully deleted. Now if you see this particular output, so this is a response, we got it. And when you see the body of the response, it is giving success text successfully deleted records. That means that record is successfully deleted. So this is how we can delete the record. So this is how we can delete the record. So we have seen get request earlier, post request, put request, and the delete request. Okay, so this statement will just log the information deleted successfully message in your console window. So for example, sometimes I need to also verify the body, whatever the response it is given. So what we need to do is the entire code will be stored in this particular variable. So here I'll create one response class object. It's a response. I'll create one variable called as a response is equal to. Now this response object, a class we need to import from iword RestAssured.response. So now this variable should able to store all this information. So how we can store is, in this particular case, I can say response is equal to all this information, right? So here we need to also write one more statement because we need to send the response, and the response will be stored in this variable. So for that, I need to add one more statement, dot extract response. Okay, so this command will give you a response, the complete response, okay, from this API, and the response body will be stored in this particular response variable. So this is the additional step which we need to write along with this particular portion. So given, so here given, when, then. So this portion we already know that till here. But if you want to store the response in some variable, we have to add additional statement dot extract dot response. This particular statement will extract the response. And if you want to store that into some variable, we need to specify response is equal to. And we can also write the entire statement in 1 or 2 lines. We can combine together. Okay, but if you write like this structured manner, we can easily understand, right? So now this particular response contains some information. What is that? Successfully deleted records. So that we need to verify. So here I'm going to verify that. So first of all, that response will be there in the string format, JSON format. We need to convert that into string format. So here what I will do is, I will just say response variable dot. So here this is a variable. So response dot as a string. So there is a method called as a string. So this particular method will convert the response in JSON format to string format. So now I'm going to store that value in a variable. So this is actual response. So here I'll say response. So in the, I'll say JSON response. Okay, so this is a JSON as a string, because I converted the JSON response into string format, right? So JSON format into string format, and this variable should be string type of data or string type of variable. So now we can verify that. So asset command, we can use test-ng asset command, asset.asset equals So asset equals, what is our expected here is JSON string. So you can also specify like this, asset equals JSON string dot should contains. So because this JSON string contains all the response code, complete response, including the response body. Now what we are expecting in this, we are expecting successfully deleted records message inside this particular statement. Okay, inside this particular statement, we are expecting successfully deleted records. So asset equals, so JSON string dot contains, and we need to pass one more parameter dot, it should be true. So this one will give you true or false. If the JSON string contains this message, it returns true or else false. So if both this one and this one is true, both parameters are true, then this condition becomes true and our test method will pass, right? So if you want to verify the body of this particular response, then we can go and get the response into a variable. So here we need to additionally specify the response variable. And here we need to add one more command, extract.response, and this will return the complete response into this particular variable. Now we need to convert the data from JSON to string format and store that into a string variable. Then I'm verifying this string variable contains this value or not, right? So now let us try to execute. At this time, I will pass one more employee ID. So here I'm just passing 11500. So I'm passing the another employee ID. So now let us execute this. Run as test-ng test. So now you can see here, it is trying to delete the existing record. So it is successfully deleted records, and my test is also passed. So because the message, whatever I have captured here, the same message is there in the response body also. This will validate exactly text which is there in the body. Okay. So this is how we need to send a delete request. So far we have seen get request, post request, put request, and finally delete request using RestAssured automation in BDD approach, right? So that's all for this video, guys. So we'll see rest of them in the next video.